no idea what you're talking about.
You have to be a lot more specific than that.
Well,
I was like,
Egypt, not Egypt. I have a. I forgot.
Ethiopia?
No, no, not Ethiopia. It's over in Transylvania. Um,
that's a really
Not in
really
Africa.
the
that's
ones
that's a
that
That's
they travel around a lot. They do. Gypsies. Okay.
okay.
Af-
Yeah,
Africa.
the
Oh,
Some of the
Oklahoma.
Dark period.
churches they follow their thing of like what how gypsies how they move around and their way of thinking. In certain ways, they follow
Gypsy women,
because they were talking
Kingston,
about
no,
that.
no,
no,
not England.
no. It's the ones that are the ones who established Petra. You remember Petra, right? The city of
Yeah.
Petra. Or no, actually, they held the secret of Petra, where its location was, for the longest times. Um, I know who he's talking about. The guy who actually um, brought the Petra to the attention of the world pretended like he freaking wasn't a part of an organization or something, and they actually showed it to him. He had to pretend like he wasn't a journalist, I believe is what it was. And they actually led him to Petra, and that's how he freaking was able to. Because if you, at one time, if you actually knew about Petra, these people would kill you. It was a freaking secret. They didn't want anybody to know it. It was in Jordan. And for the longest time, people didn't know about Petra until like the 1800s. I forgot the name of them. I can pull up the information real quick if you guys want to, but yeah, go ahead. You guys still there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just listening.
I'm
I'm trying
just
to figure out
wondering
what
what
you guys are talking about.
Yeah. I'm just wondering.
Well, yeah, I'll run it through to get the names of them because this is an actual interesting the the Badal tribe, the battle. The people who kept the location of Petra a closely guarded secret for centuries were the local Bedouin tribes, specifically the Bedou or the Bedouin tribe, who lived directly within the ancient city's ruins. They protected the site from outsiders until it was famously revealed to the Western world in 1812. And why and how they kept it a secret. Um, the Bedouins deliberately hid Petra out of justifiable fear of Westerners or colonial forces that they would flood the valley, desecrate their ancestral home, or steal suspected treasures. The unique geography of the Wadi Musa region made it incredibly easy to hide. Petra is nested deep inside a mountain valley and can only be accessed through the Syke, a towering, narrow desert canyon. Now, in 1812, Swiss explorer John Ludwig Burckhardt learned about rumors of a massive lost city. To get past the protective locals, he assumed the identity of an Arab traveler named Sak Abraham. He fooled a local Bedouin guide into leading him through the sick by claiming he wanted to sacrifice a goat at the nearby tomb of the prophet Aaron. Now that's another weird thing too. Petra it's less than 100 miles away from the tomb of Aaron, which was the brother of Moses. Just so you know. I've actually gotten into the whole story of Petra. In the original the original translations of the book of or the Amtuat, which is the Book of the Dead for the Egyptians, okay, um, which is actually the real name is the Amtuat. It names Petra, and it was changed because archaeologists said that the transcription was wrong because of the dates. But that brings into question for me the actual date of Petra. How old is Petra? Because the first translation says that the tombs, see, whenever they have the entranceway to the pyramids or any tomb, it originally in the old kingdoms they face north. Okay, and then they changed them so that they actually face northeast. And then they changed the direction because of thieves. They would try to hide them so that the thieves couldn't find out how to get into them. But the story goes that originally they were northeast, facing in the direction of Petra. So I did find that kind of interesting when I was doing all that. So it's really weird how we got to Petra on this one.
Well, I have a theory about that, by the way. The Earth, its magnetic poles has shifted a lot. I do believe they may have been originally pointed east, or maybe originally pointed north.
Yeah. Well, that's the way they originally were supposed to be, according to the older tradition of the Egyptians. You know what I mean? The entranceway was always northeast.
But on the poles now, it's changed. It shows that the poles has moved 4 times during the climates.
Have you done any of the latitude research where you can connect like all these important cities across the globe?
Oh, that's what I found out on by the TV. That the scientists on Ancient Aliens did it, and that's what
Why do I
he
keep bringing
said.
up ancient aliens?
Well, that's what I watch.
The scientists, again, I question if they are actual scientists.
Well, I do have to say, yes, they are. A lot of the ones that are on there are actually physicists. There's one that's even well, the guy that does frickin' Skinwalker Ranch, he actually did work for NASA with rocket technologies and stuff. If you know who I'm talking about, he's the country
That's
boy.
a weird sort of jump from
He's
physicists.
well, no, I mean he literally worked on rockets and stuff like that for NASA for like 15
yeah,
years.
but that's a bit of a jump from
Well,
that's going from one different scientific discipline to another, completely different.
Not really. Rocket
discipline.
science is actually physics. You just can't freaking build a rocket without physics, dude. It's like
No, but yeah, skin one. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like, I mean, come on, dude, think about it. Like these are big freaking rockets. They're not like the old saying was they were just freaking firecrackers that shot you up into space. But being honest, they're not firecrackers firing you up into space. These are like really, really powerful machines, you know. So, yeah, physics is very important. Very, very important. So, but yeah, I mean, they are actually scientists.
Well, yeah, like you're a scientist. You have to think about it, okay? Because you know about computers. You know everything about
Computer
the
science.
matrix of a computer
Mhm.
and programs and
Well,
all
see,
that.
computer scientists, they're snobs, dude. They don't like being called scientists. There's just something
No.
about them.
Scientists, engineers.
Yeah, but
No, I mean they don't like it. I'm telling you,
Yeah, but
like you're
even-
pissing Mark off just by saying it, Robert.
No, like
Well, why I say
Well, I
that
mean,
for?
you're right. I'm just messing with you, but it is, and I think that's something that a lot of people don't really take into consideration. Science and computer science, it's still science. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's like this. You got to build that rocket and the computer science to both of them. You got to make both work together. Because if you don't,
Yeah, but
it's not neither
there's
one's
big
going to work.
there's a big difference. There's a big difference
Well,
between the discipline of physicists, yeah, and
yeah,
computer
well,
I
yeah,
science.
don't know. Wouldn't a more correct term be computer mathematicians?
well, however, but I'm just saying, if you don't find the two, you can't have one. You can't have
Well,
a you
the
can't
the
have a
the
rocket that's working
the,
without the
the
computer.
let me just what you're discussing is cross-disciplinary things, and scientists have an issue with cross-disciplinary things. You know what I mean? Like they don't believe in using science with archaeology, for example. That they like archaeologists. A lot of the older ones have a problem with this scientific model shit that they're doing. Like they believe that you should get out there, you should use freaking you should use your
It's an
hands.
archaeology of science in itself.
No, actually, archaeology is actually linguistics, and linguistics is its own freaking skill. Like,
Yeah,
Isn't
they use satellites.
theory of
no,
language
linguistics,
a scientific discipline?
li-
It's an
it's
etymology,
it's
a
its own discipline.
scientific discipline.
It's its own discipline. Linguistics is its own discipline. Science is its own discipline. Two
Yeah, but
separate things.
Well,
Like a lot
I'm
of
loving the fact they are combining these days because now there's a new field called quantum biology,
hmm
and I definitely have a few scientists to talk to about what I've discovered about synthetic telepathy. So I'm glad things are crossing over because they need to.
Well, I'm also curious about the ancient DNA. Now, the whole thing that I'm finding hard when it comes to talking to people is when it comes to migration patterns in ancient DNA. Like a lot of people don't want to accept the facts. Like when the DNA freaking says that these people migrated from this point to this point, then I mean, it's hard to disagree with it. When you find a little white girl in the middle of a bunch of people in freaking um what is it
Kenya.
no Genghis Khan came from there.
Oh,
What is it?
I was gonna say you're
Right.
describing the scene for an adult film.
No, what what is it? It's above China. Oh God.
Dude, Genghis
Mongolia.
Khan has,
Mongolia. When you find a
he's a
blonde
real.
hair, blue eyed girl in a village in the middle of Mongolia, born there, raised by Mongolian families. Okay, then that should tell you something.
Genghis Khan was a real conqueror. He didn't just take over and kill. He
well,
impregnated everyone he saw. A lot of China is a direct descendants from Genghis Khan. His DNA exists more in the people in the population than anyone else on the planet.
You know, he was the true freaking G.
yeah, well, he
The
did
OG.
fertilize a lot
The
too.
OG in the traditional sense. Well,
Yeah.
the deal with the whole thing with the emerald tablets, those is a lot of the stuff that we've discussed kind of